A little unhinged and a little underrated, but these things are keeping me soft, feminine, and sexier than ever. Hi babes, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alexis Alize, and I am all things feminine energy, manifestation, productivity, glow up tips, and just everything to help you become the best version of yourself. So if you're into content like that, make sure to give this video a like and make sure you subscribe. I would love to have you in this community, sister. Okay, so today I want to share with you guys 12 things that I do that keep me feeling soft, keep me feeling feminine, fierce, and just sexier than ever. Some of these might be a little unhinged or maybe just not for you, but I'm just sharing how I stay in my feminine, sexy energy. So I'm gonna go through these list of 12 and you take what you need and leave what you don't, okay? All right, let's get into it. We're starting off strong and maybe the most unhinged one. Number one is I like to free bleed, okay? I just don't always feel my best when I have plastic or any type of artificial product up in me. And I also don't always like wearing pads. So if I'm home, if I'm just, working from home, doing stuff from home, and I really don't have nowhere to go, Miss Girl, I will be free bleeding. Again, this might not be for everybody, but I'm also not a heavy bleeder when I'm on my period. So this allows me to free bleed more often than maybe some other girls. But it's just because I think about it sometimes like I am a woman, okay? This is natural for us. Sometimes I don't feel like putting on pads, putting a tampon up, and sometimes I don't even feel like doing all of that. I don't. Sometimes I just want to be like, you know what? I have free will, and I'm going to let my body do what it do. And that right there just helps me feel so feminine, so badass. Again, I know this isn't for everybody, but number two is I actually use the microwave as less as possible, mainly because they say even if you're heating up, something that is healthy for you, even if it's vegetables, a couple seconds in the microwave and now it is immediately toxic for you. So that's always been in the back of my head since I've learned that. But also like when I did my transition from out of survival mode into my soft girl era and really slowing down, I decided to start cooking more and heating up my food in the oven or back on the stove. This right here just slows me down and makes me feel more intentional and really helps me romanticize my meals a lot more. Number three is hot tea every morning. Okay, when I mean every morning, I mean every morning. I used to be the gym girly that will wake up and have a protein shake in the morning. I would need eggs and bacon, or even before my gym era, I would need a whole thing for breakfast in the morning. Like I went through so many different phases. I even tried the creatine on an empty stomach. I tried all the different beauty hacks when honestly, the best one that works for me and keeps my tummy the flattest and keeps my digestive system going is hot tea every morning on an empty stomach. Even if I'm fasting, Miss Girl, I will have some tea every single morning. And usually by the time I get finished that cup of tea, I'm not hungry. It might have caffeine in it if it's like green tea, because I do have like an assortment of different types of teas. And if it has caffeine or something in it like that, it'll give me that boost of energy. Also like to drink peppermint tea, which is really, really good for the belly. But honestly, what it is just having hot water, honestly. Like there's so many benefits of consuming hot water on an empty stomach. And out of all the beauty hacks that I tried, this is the one that really keeps my tummy flat. Number four is 10 fish and pickled onions. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know I am always looking forward to this in my lunch. I started off eating 10 fish like sardines, maybe about 7 to 8 months ago. It hasn't even been a full year yet. And I was like, okay, these aren't that bad, especially because I looked into all the benefits. One, they are high in protein, like really, really high. So it's an easy way to get your protein. It also helps with your gut, helps with your skin. And I noticed after eating sardines, even for like a week or two, my skin was looking so yummy. I was like, okay, yeah. But I really didn't like sardines by themselves. So I started trying a couple things. And then I did see on the internet, a lot of people were making pickled onions with it. So I tried it and it was a smash. Like it was a hit. I also ended up liking the pickled onions so much that I started making my own pickled onions and I put them in my salad now. I put them on my sandwiches, my burger, like everywhere. Like, again, if you follow me on Instagram, you know how much I love me some pickled onions. And it is an acquired taste, but now that I'm used to eating them, they are just so yummy. And also another amazing food for my skin and for my gut. And of course, now I switch it up. I have a whole bunch of different types of tin fish that I eat. I love the tin fish by Fishwife. Oh my gosh, so flavorful. I like how they have the smoked trout, the smoked salmon. Girl, they even got mussels. Again, an easy way to get in your protein while still taking care of your gut and your skin. I truly feel that I've never looked as glowy and less inflamed that I'm eating 10 fish and onions so often. The fifth habit that I do that keeps me feeling so feminine and so sexy is body sculpting, okay? It was something that I always knew that will make you like look better, but I didn't realize like how much better until I started doing it. Now when I go a day without it or a couple days without doing the body sculpting, I can see the inflammation. I can see the puffiness. But when you are helping your lymphatic system drain and you are sculpting your body, now my waist looks smaller, but also curvier. And I do body sculpting on my face and on my stomach, my sides. Shoot, I would even do it on my back if I could. I try to, get as much as I can. But yes, body sculpting and dry brushing, they're like one and the same because dry brushing also does help the lymphatic system. And so does body sculpting. Body sculpting helps the lymphatic system, but of course it also sculpts your body. So I'll either go in between either one of those, and those keep me feeling so sexy, so snatched, and so skinty, girl. Okay, for number 6, I've been doing this for a long time, a while, and I didn't really notice how uncommon it was until I had other friends who brought it up or mentioned it, but I wear perfume to bed. Like I have dedicated perfume that I wear to bed. And yes, I am a single woman, okay? It's just me. I'm not being sexy for any man. I'm not putting on, some perfume before I'm about to get busy. Like, no. Like when I do my shower routine and I oil my body down, I do my whole little feminine night recap, I definitely put on my night perfume and it just makes me feel so feminine, so sexy, and it just like makes me feel so luxury, and I just love it. Number 7 is also part of my night routine. I do it during the day as well, but definitely at night, and that's waist training, okay? Can we bring a waist training back? I remember when waist training was such a big deal because honestly, it really does work. But I think what happened was people was trying to rely on waist training for losing fat and getting rid of the belly. As someone who works out and has been on their fitness journey for years and figuring out what does work and what doesn't work, some things work, but not in the way that we intend for it to work, okay? Waist training is going to help sculpt your body. So let's say that you lost the weight or you are, in the process of losing the weight, like you have been seeing the fat go lower and lower, the scale go down, whatever, right? But you're adding on waist training, it really helps contour the body, okay? It's pretty much molding your body, but it's not exactly gonna help you lose weight. Like, okay, I done waist trained all month. I'm not gonna be 5 pounds less because I've waist trained. No. But I'm already in the gym, but then with me waist training, my waist just looks extra snatched. Also, it helps with digestion. And if you wear it during the day, like sometimes I might wear it like when I'm eating and you'll feel full a lot quicker. I don't know if this is like a scientific fact, but I'm just letting you know what works for me. When I have my waist trainer on, I can't eat as much. So I automatically feel full quicker. And that is a hack for a girl who loves to eat. And then also, not to mention, it also does help with blood flow and circulation. And with that pressure being on your belly, on your back, on your sides, you're not going to be so inflamed in that area. So even though it's not helping you lose weight and shed off pounds, it is helping you look better and look way more snatched and defined. Girl, put that waist trainer on at night every day for 30 days and girl, you're gonna see a big difference. Number 8 is also a nighttime habit. I spoke about it earlier, but drinking tea at night as well. Okay, I drink tea a minimum 2 times a day, sometimes 3, but a minimum 2. 1 in the morning, like I mentioned, on an empty stomach, but also right before bed. I do have a sleepy time tea that I drink just to make me a nice sleepy girl drink so I can ease on to sleep, but not all the time I always use the sleepy tea. Sometimes I just might use peppermint tea, again, because that peppermint tea is really good for the belly. When I drink peppermint tea at night, in the morning, oh, I gotta go. Like my system clears out and I absolutely love it. Any day that I have been eating a little too much, or I know that I just need to like do like a detox and just like, let some stuff pass, I'm definitely gonna drink some peppermint tea. Also, no matter what tea that I drink, I love putting cloves in my nighttime tea. It does help with sleep as well, but cloves has so many benefits. It helps with inflammation, so you're not looking so puffy and bloated all the time. It helps for heavy period cramps. It helps with your skin. so many amazing benefits for women. So no matter what, I'm drinking some tea at night and I'm putting cloves in it. Number 9 is a habit that you guys will consistently hear me talk about, and that's journaling, okay? Journaling makes me feel so soft, so feminine, but also so powerful. It makes me feel so motivated, especially when I'm journaling about my goals and where I want to be, but also looking back on how far that I've came. I don't think you guys understand how much journaling helps you release. It helps you release so much because you can just journal about your day, let it all out, journal about your feelings, but also journaling reveals to you so much. It reveals what's still triggering you. It reveals what your true passions are. When you start journaling, you may think that, okay, this is what I want, but then you've been journaling so much and then you're looking over, like your entries and you're like, wait, I see a pattern here, or wait, I thought that I really wanted this, but maybe I want this. When you journal, so much is released, but also so much is revealed. And especially when I'm manifesting and I'm journaling about my goals and this dream life that I am desiring, it makes me feel so goddamn powerful. It makes me feel unstoppable because I know that all these desires are already mine. So it just keeps me in that flow state. It keeps me in an energy like I can conquer anything. And honestly, I love that. That's why I do start my morning off with journaling every single morning. It sets the tone for my day. Habit number 10 is EFT tapping. You girls know I'm always talking about regulating your nervous system. EFT is a way to regulate your nervous system, but it's one of the most powerful ways. And I say that it's so powerful because it's so different than just, practicing breath work or going for a walk or just sleeping it off. EFT, like when you are doing EFT, you are in the moment reprogramming your body. You are literally embodying your dream version of yourself, the highest version of yourself in that moment. Even sometimes when I do EFT, I literally start crying. I've had clients who I have introduced this to and, they're very nonchalant about it. But when they hit that EFT, they start becoming emotional because it's literally breaking the barriers. It is literally breaking the cycle. It is rewiring your old belief system. And again, you are in the moment, in real time, embodying the highest version of yourself. Anytime that I notice a pattern or something is triggering me and I'm not liking it, maybe it can be like in my dating life or even in my work life, and maybe I feel myself almost about to self-sabotage, I will go and do a EFT session to go ahead and release that belief. So I can go ahead and release that old belief system. I can in real time regulate my nervous system and feel safe about this thing that I want so bad, about this relationship, about this job, about this item, whatever it is. EFT tapping is like one of my strongest methods that has been proven to work time and time again. If you want to get into EFT tapping, I do have a digital resource, the EFT experience, where it explains about EFT, how it works. And I actually have a couple videos walking you through a couple different EFT experiences, whether you are trying to embody self-love, if you are trying to manifest more money, even if you are trying to date again, but maybe you were traumatized before in the past and you are trying to feel safe around the masculine energy. I have so many EFT videos on success, on friendships, so many more. I'll leave the link to that in the description below. Habit number 11 is I love being sexy all the time. As I mentioned earlier, I like to go to bed sexy, okay? I'm putting on sexy pajamas. I'm putting on my perfume just because, not because I have a man in my bed, but just for me, just because. And I've embodied that all the time. Like all the time now, I'm going to be my most sexiest version of myself. Even if I'm just going to the store, I'm not wearing a bonnet to the store. I'm going to put some effort in my appearance. Even if I am going to an event, I'm not worried about being overdressed. No, because being sexy, that's just part of my personality. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be super, super sexy. I'm not saying I need to be revealing or anything like that, but I just love being a sexy ass woman. Okay. I love it. I can wear a full body dress, not showing nothing, and it's still giving a little bit of spice and a little bit of sexiness. And I just love that. That's, again, literally part of my personality. And that's something that I will never let go of. Okay. I will never let go of that version of myself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Okay. I will always be that girl that pours into herself and is being sexy all the time. As a very soft, feminine woman, I think that I just embody my dark feminine energy a little bit more. I mean, I do have a lot of light feminine energy. I'm so kind. I'm so nurturing, I'm so compassionate, all of that I'm very welcoming. But I do think that my dark side is just naturally a little bit more dominant than my light feminine energy. And your dark feminine energy, that's the side of you that sets the boundaries. That's the side of you that's very sensual, very sexy, very badass. And that's very much me. Maybe it's because I'm a Scorpio woman. I don't know, but I love being a sexy woman. I do. Okay, last but not least, habit number 12 that keeps me feeling soft, feminine, and sexier than ever is reading. Oh my God, especially this day and age that we live in now, where I just feel like people don't know how to communicate. People don't even know how to articulate themselves properly. Even me sometimes, like I struggle to articulate myself, but it's because we live in this world where everything is like quick content, like our attention span is so short. So I make sure I read every day. Sometimes I read twice a day, but like in the morning, like when I do my journaling, I read for 30 minutes to an hour every single morning, especially because I'm always talking on camera. I always have so many ideas and I want to make sure that I am able to articulate myself in the best way possible. And also just reading more, writing more, and speaking more makes you more likable. It makes you able to network better, but also reading, writing, and speaking more often, you'll get better at it. And that makes you more likable because you're actually able to network better. You're able to make more connections. People are able to understand you better. And honestly, you're able to make a bigger impact. I know the whole internet right now is talking about beauty maxing, and baby girl, I love that. Absolutely. I am 100% behind it. But just as much as you're beauty maxing, make sure that you are working on this as well. Are you improving your mindset, your knowledge, your skills? Because if not, what are you doing, Miss Girl? Being pretty will only get you so far. And if I'm being honest, besides my looks, don't nothing make me feel more sexier than being an educated, smart, well-rounded, emotionally intelligent woman. And so make sure you are reading and brushing up on old skills or finding new skills to learn. And I'm not here saying that you only have to read self-help books, okay? You can read things about business. Maybe you're trying to grow a business or whatever field that you're in. Maybe you're really focusing on your health. Maybe you're really focusing on your health. Maybe you read books about women's health and how you can improve it. But again, it doesn't have to only be self-help books. You can read fantasy as well. Like when you read, you are expanding your mind. Just like when you go to the gym and you working out, you are expanding your muscles, which is making them grow. Same with your brain, okay? So it's not like only self-help books are going to help you grow. No, like you can read fantasies as well. And the key here is to read slow and read out loud. When you do this, you are hearing yourself speak and you are naturally in the moment becoming a better reader and a better speaker, which leads to you being able to articulate yourself in a better way. And that's it. These are my 12 soft, feminine, sexy girl habits. Let me know in the comments which one that you would be trying or adding to your list of habits. I love you, girl, and I'll see you next time. Remember to stay classy, sassy, and a bit badassy. Bye.